The Whore of Babylon. If I ask you who this woman is, would you be able to tell me? The answer very likely is no. Churches obviously don't tell you who she is because she represents the Christian religion. But behind this woman is not just a symbol representing apostasy in the church, but a spiritual being called the Queen of Heaven. Christians right now are celebrating the Queen of Heaven's disgusting fertility holiday all about the resurrection of her son Tammuz. Please understand, it's extremely important you know who the Whore of Babylon is. She's called by all these names in the Bible, referenced throughout the Old and New Testament. She's God's #1 enemy, and people have not the slightest clue who she is. Listen to what Isaiah says about her. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground without a throne, for you shall no longer be called tender and delicate. Yet you said, I will be a queen forever. So now hear this, you sensual one. These two things will come on you suddenly in one day. Loss of children and widowhood. They will come on you in full measure, in spite of your many sorceries, in spite of the great might of your spells. Notice how it calls her the Virgin. Jeremiah calls her the Queen of Heaven and says that the people burn incense to her. The Queen of Heaven has had many different names in many different cultures. It's all the same goddess with the same worship practices going by a new name, and her origins stem back to the wife of Nimrod at the Tower of Babel. This is why she has Babel the Great written on her forehead in Revelation. Catholicism made an image of the Whore of Babylon and said, this is Mary, worship her. Now notice how Isaiah says the Virgin of Babylon is judged for her many sorceries and the great might of her spells. The rosary is a form of literal witchcraft done in the Catholic Church.
Now we will start chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
The rosary was taken directly from Hinduism, where they also pray to the Whore of Babylon. The prostitute is said to be dressed in purple and scarlet, the colors of the Catholic Church. Like I said, this woman is a representation of the church, but not that only, she's also the spirit working behind it, which is the mother goddess / the Whore of Babylon. The same spirit condemned by the prophets and the same one who all these religions pray to. Now, the mother goddess has a name, and her actual identity goes even deeper. Her name is Pistis Sophia. We find this in the Gnostic writings, a religion that says the so-called God of the Old Testament is a demon named Yaldabaoth, a creation of the mother goddess who went rogue and lies to the world, telling them that he is the Most High. They basically view our God as a tyrant who just wants to suppress us with his law. Now, in the Gnostic version, it was the mother goddess that sent Jesus to save us from Yaldabaoth. This version of Jesus tells us not to keep the Torah and that he is actually God in human form. Christians, without knowing, follow the Gnostic anti-Messiah Paul and the apostles warned about. And in this version, Mary is an emanation of Sophia. The term Holy Spirit in itself is a lie and a deception. What we should really be saying is the Ruach HaKodesh. This is the spirit of Yahuwah. Holy Spirit is codename for Sophia. Secret Book of John says, she is the first thought, the image of the Spirit. She became the universal womb, for she precedes everything. They disguised the harlot of Babylon as the third person in the Christian Trinity, using her symbol of the bird to mask the fact that the Trinity Christians worship is the same Mother, Father, Son triad from the Tower of Babel. The bird has always been the symbol of the mother goddess from the very beginning. Hypostasis of the Archons tells us that the mother goddess is the serpent from Eden, the same being we know as the devil. Unlike what the Christian church teaches, Satan was never a male. He's known as the triune androgynous one, possessing both a masculine and feminine nature. This is why he's called the morning star in Isaiah 14. Venus is the morning star, the Roman name for the mother goddess and the one who they tell you is supposed to be Mary. This is why God says to the daughter of Babylon, come down and sit in the dust. Going to the dust was the same punishment he gave to the serpent. These passages are speaking of the exact same figure because Lucifer was always a female. And when you take a look at Hollywood, you'll see it's completely filled with her worship. The same mother of Satan that Catholics pray to. How often do you hear Hollywood pushing the idea that God is a woman? This isn't for no reason. Hollywood worships the same God the Christians worship. This is the big plot twist that nobody understands. Satanists worship the Trinity. They worship the fake Messiah Jesus and his mother, the Whore of Babylon. They love using the cross because it's the symbol of ISIS. They love praising Jesus because he is the Antichrist, the man that exalts himself as God. Even if you call yourself a Protestant, but still tie yourself to Christianity, still celebrate these pagan holidays, you're still worshiping Satan. The Catholic Church is called the Mother of Harlots, and the Catholic Church has many, many daughter harlots, and God has pronounced judgment on the Mother Goddess and all worshipping her. I hope this video helped you see how deep this deception runs, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.